Welcome to another Warhammer React. This time we're going to be watching Jaghatai Khan. Apparently he likes to go fast. Anyway, enjoy. We're going to start watching the Jaghatai Khan Adeptus Ridiculous, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the speed machine actually is. I don't know anything about him at this point other than he likes to go fast and that he's based off Genghis Khan. So, like, I am super interested. All right, let's get this started. First question I have to ask you guys. Will the audio be good on this one, or like in the intro, because people always ask, what do you mean by the audio being bad? In the intro, we've been joking, it's been a running gag that every time we watch one of these, the intro blares and you'll hear DK just being like, welcome to the Adeptus Ridiculous, underneath all the blaring music. Will this one have proper intro audio?
Welcome everyone to another episode.
Oh my god! It's worse! How is it worse? How is it worse than usual? We're 2 seconds in. I couldn't even understand what he said. I couldn't even understand what he said that time.
Podcast. My name is DK. My co-host name is Bricky. He's the one with all the Warhammer knowledge. He's the one that's going to be telling us all of the most ridiculous things, hence the name Adeptus Ridiculous, for today's episode of the podcast. But before we get into that, if you enjoy the podcast and you want to consider maybe supporting the podcast, head over to Patreon.com.
The orchestra was made by fans? That's awesome.
Adeptus Ridiculous.
I love
You'll
that.
get access to our Discord, which is always popping. Bloopers if they happen. There's a new HD poster out. It's Latara Sarin Abs.
Ooh.
It's my new phone wallpaper. It's pretty great. So definitely consider supporting us over at patreon.com/Adeptus Ridiculous. And I think that's it for me. Bricky, merch, and book club, which should be soon, right?
It should be.
They started the book club at this point?
We're recording it like tomorrow or something, pretty soon. Is on Soul Hunter, the first of the Night Lords trilogy. Make sure you read it, because it's amazing. And also merchandise, orchidate.com, or check it out in the description. We should get some good quotes around that should have new merch for the next episode.
Ooh.
Should.
You know what I'm also going to do for everybody? And this goes into the actual video when I post this as well. I think in the next day or so, I'm going to make a poll. I'm going to make a poll in the community tab. And I'm going to let you guys vote on the next piece of artwork you guys want. I know it's going to be Warhammer themed, obviously. But so I'll put up choices like another Sister of Battle one, if you want another Drakari one, and specific types of things. And I'll let you guys vote on it. I figure you'll have fun with some of the artwork. Because I know you guys really like the Drakari one, even though it's cropped for most of you. And anybody who has not seen the uncropped version, I'm so sorry. Because I will say, somebody saw the uncropped version, and they're like, that's something. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I had no choice. I beg you for forgiveness. All right, back to the video.
I hope, if it's done in time, if it's not, then one more week. But maybe soon. But yeah, check out the merch.
I don't suppose I could get any spoilers on what the new merch is, could I? Because I don't know what it is.
I mean, I'll tell you after, but not.
Okay.
I don't want to get people hyped and then it doesn't happen.
Okay.
And then I have to wait another week because that'd be unfortunate.
Wait, Genghis Khan actually exists in 40k as well? He's likely the first demon prince of Khorne Doombreed. What? What? That's wild.
Well,
also,
screw everyone listening, because I'm gonna find out.
he's gonna get to know.
Yeah.
You gotta know something because you never know what the episode is.
That's true. It's a normal move for me to be in the dark. That's just sort of my daily. I'm very accustomed to being in the dark, knowing nothing. So don't worry, it is good. It's good.
I'm glad.
The other half is extreme violence. I didn't even see that part.
Humorous that, unironically, our Latara poster is probably the best poster we've done so far.
It's really good.
It's actually really good.
I'm not kidding.
Zooming
it's my
in,
phone
just
wallpaper.
slowly zooming in.
It's not a joke. It's not a meme. It's
I mean,
nice.
that's a little weeby, but I guess that's okay.
That's called on brand. A little weeby for me, really?
Okay, all right, fine.
Do you even know me?
All right, fair.
Are we even friends?
Are we even friends?
I guess not. Apparently, I got this all fucking mixed up. I
Tetra
thought I
as
was with
Latara. Look, if you guys suggest stuff like that and you want me to put it in the poll, I will. If that's what you want, like if you want Inquisitor or Latara or whatever, whatever you guys want. If you guys, I'll put it in the poll.
of class.
You thought I had class?
I mean, you are building
so
Thousand
good.
Suns. That's kind of cool.
That's true.
You're not building
and they're
like...
getting the Hex Firebox too, aren't they?
Yep, that's coming out soon. Anyway, on a topic that has nothing to do with Thousand Suns or Grey Knights, today we have a couple things we gotta show. Apparently, Shy, you had something that you wanted to show us?
Ah, that's right. She did. She had a fan thing. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh shit! I'll click on it too to see what this is.
Wait, is this when it was introduced?
Oh, is this the new intro?
Oh shit!
That is really,
Yo, there's
that's
drums
amazing.
now.
That's amazing.
Well, it's like super. Wow.
It's hype.
Yeah, it is very hype. It's like super orchestral now. Oh, that's
such a cool way to
great.
get it. I
Fan
love
of the
that.
podcast by
Fan
the name
stuff is always the
Bailey
greatest.
Reed took our theme song and entirely remade it by ear in epic orchestral style. It is not a remix or whatever. It's entirely a new track.
Oh,
That's fucking impressive. Holy shit.
That is so cool.
It's
That is
just
so
by ear
cool.
He did it. That's
Or she. The name is Bailey.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess it could be both.
my bad.
Whatever. Them. We are
They-
progressive on this podcast.
They made it, and they did a very impressive job. So big ups to Bailey Reed, because that's super dope.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I hope we use it for the opening of this intro. I hope
Yeah.
people hear it and then they're like, oh, that's new. Also, in the response of a fantastic episode last week on the Officio Assassinorum, we got a incredible video made for us on Twitter. I'm gonna let Shy cut to the video.
Oh no.
What the hell? Shy is Gen Z? Actually? That's actually insane.
So I'm assuming she played it. You know what's great about that one? Not only like there's the orange kid with the drill abbot hammer, but not only is that good, but then he animated the default dancing
Great out of
commissars.
context? Okay.
But then he went the additional way to echo like a loudspeaker the Chug Jug song and then add children crying. It is the perfect 40K video.
This tier of shitposting is still
it's
above my pay
memes,
grade.
it's
I don't understand it
depression,
yet.
It's horror, it's grimdark. Spot on. I don't get it because I don't Fortnite, but I know I heard Chug Jug and then immediately hand in face. Or
Hand in
hands
face.
'cause
I can't believe you don't know. All right. Anyway, speaking of thing, Dean Kamen.
Wow, great segue.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. Dean
Vroom,
Kamen. Speaking of speed, today we're talking about the White Scars.
Woo, speed machines!
Shit, yeah, we're gonna do the motorcycle Mongolians?
Hell yeah. Well, specifically, we're doing like we have been, which is...
I mean, the White Scars basically are legitimately just if you gave Genghis Khan's army a bunch of motorcycles instead of horses, right? Right?
is Primarch, then faction.
right.
So today we are talking about, yes, motorcycle Mongolians. That's actually a really good way to refer to them. I never, because it's MM. I don't. Wow, that's great. Has people done that before? I don't know about that. Motorcycle Mongolians.
Every now and then I come up with a gem. Let's go.
That's not bad. So we're talking about Jaghatai Khan today. It is surprisingly been requested, which, well, there's lots of requests lately. People really want us to do Blood Angels. They want us to do Dark Angels, or like,
You know, I'm really surprised. I think the Blood Angel video for this one was like not requested to me like at all.
they want us to talk about Perturabo, that fucking douche.
That one.
They want us to talk about lots of stuff, but there's always been like this nice little group of people who really wanted White Scars. And it's funny because I always kind of forgot about White Scars.
Okay, so that's also something that I've learned from you guys pretty early on. There's a few of you guys that really like White Scars, and then no one else talks about them. And like Jaghatai Khan is like one of the bottom 3 Primarchs that I hear about right? Ferrus Manus is probably the lowest one, then probably Jaghatai Khan, and then the third one, who would be the third least spoken about? That's a tough one, actually, because I probably forgot who their name is. Huh. Anyway, I actually think their aesthetic is really cool. That's surprising to me because like their design is so cool. The white and red just goes hard. They just kind of go hard.
Okay.
A lot of people do. They just kind of forget it because you look at yeah, so did GW, but you look at like the Space Marine Codex and you're like Ultramarines, Imperial Fist, Salamanders, Iron Hands, like very prominent factions.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, that's right, White Scars. You know, Space Wolves, Blood Angels, like very, very prominent factions. And we always kind of forget about White Scars, which I find funny now that I've read about them because it's actually lore accurate.
That people forget about them.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
actually.
I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, so I knew that today was one that people had been asking for. So in my head, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pretend to be surprised when he says Blood Angels, because I had seen that one get requested. I don't think I've ever seen anyone request a White Scar.
When the White Scars go to war, it's not just bikes, it's tanks and jets and hover bikes and APCs and IFVs, but every engine is overclocked to 11. Oh my god.
Scar before. I'm happy about it because they're really cool. But yeah, I was genuinely assuming that today was just, it's Blood Angels time. Let's talk about vampires. But
Look, I will say, that, again, I'm apologizing for all the pausing already. There is no way in hell that I will not like Jaghatai Khan. There's no way in hell that I won't like Jaghatai Khan more than Perturabo. Perturabo is definitely it's a very low bar to climb for me. So I already know I'm going to like him more than him. I'm curious to see how much I'll end up actually liking him.
pleasantly swerved.
There's gonna be lots of swerving in this episode.
Oh my god, the rim shot.
I made up for my Dean Cayman earlier. Excellent.
Yep. Well done.
Yeah, we need the drum. We need the drum set. We gotta get the drum set back out.
Yep, get that drum set tried.
So, Jaghatai Khan, the Primarch of the 5th Legion this time around, he hails from a world known as Chagoris. Now, interestingly enough, unlike Angron, Mortarion, Kurz, mainly the Chaos guys, his upbringing is actually the boring part.
Oh.
And it's actually his time during the Heresy and in the Great Crusade that make him interesting. I think his upbringing is actually rather boring. Not gonna lie.
It seems to me that if a Primarch stays loyalist, they probably had a boring childhood. Nothing really happened. They just, hooray, I'm not on a death world. And the ones that went traitor had just awful childhoods, like Angron, where he was like a fucking slave and he had to fight in slave
I can't wait to actually watch
combat,
an
and
Angron one,
then
actually.
He had to watch all of his people
actually twice
die when Emps just teleported him up.
Yeah, most of the time it tends to have really bad situations. I mean, granted, you know, Gilliman didn't have a bad time at all, but Gilliman got interesting because his reawakening is just like so depressed.
Yep, that's what makes him so cool. Like, I think the Ultramarines are kind of boring because I've determined that they're like the Yankees.
Yeah, they're the poster boys.
Yeah, they're the franchise. They get all the attention, they get all the money, and it's like, ugh, they're boring. Gilliman is just so cool because like, once he reawakens, it's like,
he is a contrarian. Come on,
holy shit,
DK is a contrarian.
I can't just kill you all. Fuck.
You get a lot better character development when the good boy is thrown into the bad situation.
Definitely.
But anyway, so Chagoris. Naturally, we all know what happens to the Primarchs in the capsules. Yeet! They're gone. Now, Chagoris was actually a fertile world. It was very large. It had huge plains and mountains and seas. I think it was all located on one big continent. And it kind of had, well, you know, it looked like Mongolia. You know, it's obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
theme.
Yeah, it makes plenty of sense. It was.
I mean, everything that I've
perfectly
kind of
good
learned at this
world
point
in
is
terms of
on
temperature
brand
and all that
for,
stuff.
Games
Nothing was
Workshop.
particularly weird about it.
Everything's got to be super
Yeah,
thematic.
it wasn't like Nostromo, and it wasn't like
Perpetual darkness. Yeah.
or Barbarous with Mortarion. But The planet
Mortarion is
had
also what I wanna
technology
learn about.
similar to like late Renaissance period, because the Age of Strife fucked everything up. So they were back into the point of like horses and pikes.
Damn.
Okay.
They were going like way back, because you got to do
there's
the
like no technology then. There's
Wait, how would
very little.
Okay. So
You gotta go with like
rubbing
the
sticks together to make fire.
Why would he perceive that as boring? I find that interesting to send a Primarch to like a barbarian, or not a barbarian, but like a super like stone, not Stone Age either. I guess Bronze Age, or no, it would be like what age would we call it? I know it's the Mongol Age, but like that era, right? Like pre-industrial, having a pre-industrial era world where a Primarch goes. I think that's fascinating. I think that's really cool.
Pretty much, yeah, like Flint and Steel or whatever. Like they had armor, but you know they really want to sell that Mongolian vibes. So they're going back to the time where they were really big and conquerors and all that. You know.
Also, I'm gonna traumatize you guys, for everybody who loves to talk to me about the Joy Toy figures from like Angron and stuff, like Primarch's doing right now. And again, I think that the figures are really freaking cool. I know the exact one you're talking about, Primarch. It's insane, and I actually would want it if I had the space for it. But I cannot hear the name Joy Toy without thinking that it is an NSFW adult toy. Just saying, that company made a horrible choice in their name. Horrible choice, because that's all I think about whenever someone calls their company Joy Toy. Anyway, back to the video.
Good old Genghis Khan time frame. Okay. So he was found by Ong Khan. That's a really hard thing to pronounce. ONG, and the last name is Khan, who was the chieftain or the Khan of a small tribe. So the entire planet was mainly conquered by a feudal aristocracy, because it's always aristocracies in Warhammer. The leader was known as the Palatine, which I think is kind of strange, because they released a new Sisters of Battle model called the Palatine, which is just
one
a
day
little
they'll
weird.
make one with the
Yeah,
but
it's a little strange.
A little weird, but oh well. In the Palatine had his big ass empire with his big ass armies, and west of his empire was a thing called the Empty Quarter, which is this giant barren grassland with tons of different warring tribes, nomadic armies. Like, it's the giant plains of nothingness where tribes will kind of fight each other away from the empire.
Giant plains of nothing. Sounds like Warframe. Sounds like a Warframe open world. I couldn't help it.
It's all right.
I couldn't.
I mean, he's not wrong.
They're all like that.
Plains of Eidolon. More like, I don't want to be here.
Oh, Shai said it sounds like a Warframe release schedule. Just it's fucked up. It's true. Sorry, go ahead.
Ong Khan was the chieftain, or the Khan, of a small tribe out there in the Empty Quarter. And after being...
Okay, so my Google history is now ruined because I just looked up Joy Toy. So, like, I guess Google's now going to think that I like Slanesh too. But I went to their shop. They have a full-size helmet of the Ultramarines and of the Blood Angels. Do they have an Alpha Legion helmet? Do they have an Alpha Legion helmet? Because, like, I kind of want that. I kind of want. I would take the Night Lords too. Do they have that? Looking right now, please have Alpha Legion, please. Wait, is that this one? Is this Alpha Legion? No, it's not Alpha Legion. Damn it. I'm looking right now. I'm so sad they don't have an Alpha Legion helmet. What the heck? Oh, I'm so sad.
Being raised for a bit, his dad was just eventually killed by some rival, tribes.
You all need to get it. You're all Alpha Legion.
Classic. Everyone's dad dies in fucking Warhammer.
Yeah.
So
how else are you gonna become a bloodthirsty warrior?
Yeah. How else? Well, I mean, he could be raised, but he was raised kind of, I want to say savage. He's not like Lehman Russ.
I wouldn't wear it. It's gonna go on a display
shelf. He's
shelf.
very much raised as a warrior because he was raised in this tribe of warriors, and then eventually a rival tribe killed his dad, and then Jaghatai went to go avenge him, and so he rode to the rival tribe and he razed it to the ground. He literally Anakin Skywalkered it. It specifically states in the wiki he killed all the men, the women, and the children, and then took the tribe leader's head on a pike and put it on his tent.
Again, this might be because I'm a Drakari fan, but based and accurate. That is how you take over.
Damn.
And
does he hate sand too?
I guess he does. Maybe.
Maybe. I
Maybe.
mean, he razed the place to the ground, so you know.
He killed the men, the women, like, everyone. So
slaughtered them like they were animals. Anyway, go ahead.
Fucking, I don't like the situation we're in where Jaghatai Khan is just Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, he's way too cool to be dopey as Anakin Skywalker.
Gets on his fucking jet bike. It's like, this is where the fun
Oh my god,
be.
he's even a pod racer.
Oh no! Oh fuck!
He's Anakin. He's...
No, he's.
They don't have the
Anakin.
homunculus to make them into furniture, Banker.
Oh my god, this is so cursed. He's Anakin.
Fuck no! God damn it!
Oh god, greatest revelation ever.
So
This is outrageous.
It's so
It's
dumb.
unfair. How can you be a
racing.
Primarch and not be promoted to the rank of master? What the fuck? Oh shit.
His
Jaghatai
dad died, he raised
Skywalker,
everything
no.
Dad
around.
died. Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, his whole shtick was he really disliked the tribal infighting, and so he would attempt to unite all the tribes in the eastern quarter of the area. So the tribes he eventually conquered were absorbed into what he called the Talaskar Confederacy, which is just
He's literally Genghis Khan. He's literally Genghis Khan.
this is just big words for Caesar's Legion of in Fallout. I'm not even kidding. This is literally Caesar's Legion.
Does he? Did Bricky literally just? I know he's already made the reference to Genghis Khan, but does he not realize that action is literally what Genghis Khan did? Like, did he miss a really even more obvious reference rather than using Caesar's Legion? Which also in Fallout, isn't it Kaiser's Legion because they don't like to say Caesar because they didn't understand how to say it?
He made military service mandatory, and he took the tribes and he split them up and merged them with other tribes to remove their differences and remove blood feuds and kind of make them one homogenous group. Which is literally what Caesar's Legion does in Fallout New Vegas. He specifically states, like, one homogenous thing that obliterates the culture of what it conquers.
You got an
It's
F in history.
exactly what he does.
Smart. That's smart. That's kind of what you want. You don't want a shitload of infighting. You just want unity.
You want them to not kill each other anymore.
Yeah, definitely. You want them going against the enemy, not themselves.
Point being, this stuff happened. Eventually, a hunting band from the Palatine Empire.
Wait. You're saying that Jaghatai's less gruesome than Genghis Khan would be? I mean, I know that when he died, right, he had the people who buried him killed by another group of his army, who were then killed by another group of his army, so nobody would ever know the location of his tomb. But I mean, like, still, it's Warhammer. How could he be less?
Empire came to go get him, or just it was a hunting band. They came across the Khan's tribe, and they killed a lot of Khan's men, but then the Khan killed all of them, and then put their heads on pikes and sent them back, and was like, "This ain't your place no more, dude," which made this guy really mad. And he sent this giant army to go try to take him out. And that was kind of where they started getting into their speed. Because then what they did is they just basically ran circles around them with horses and just fired arrows at them never endingly.
Oh no.
Oof.
I was like, haha, can't catch me, fucking losers. And
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
yeah, they killed a massive amount of his army, and then the guy ran away and kind of hid. So this came the long process of taking over the planet. And then he basically gave every single area, tribe, or city the same ultimatum. It was surrender or die.
Yeah.
And most surrendered, some didn't, and those that didn't died.
But that's how you do that.
Well, yeah.
Pretty simple. He was very
Those
clear
are the
cut.
options he gave. Like,
Yeah, that's actually really good fan art of Jaghatai.
oh shit! I thought that was an actual picture.
That's very very true to like the ethnicity, and I find that humbling. It's nice when they do a good job with making it like, you know, like
I looked
accurate.
over and I thought the picture she posted, I was like, oh, that's got to be from like some fantasy show. Like it's an actual picture
really
of
well
a dude, or like it's someone cosplaying. It's like, nope, that's just pen to paper.
He's fucking cool looking, goddamn.
Yeah, super slick.
But anyway, so basically, at this point,
doesn't he just kind of look like a World of Warcraft character in this picture? It just screams World of Warcraft. You could put this on the poster art of a World of Warcraft expansion, and I would not notice.
He was just dabbing on cities. He was just going around like taking everything he could, and eventually he finally got to the Palatine himself, and he went to his city and it was like, hey, bring me the Palatine's head on a spike, and I'll let your city live. You'll surrender. And the city was like, okay. And they went to the dude and put his head on the spike and gave it to him, and he's like, cool, all right, we're good now. And then he put it on his tent.
I mean, when you see what Jaghatai Khan has been able to do up until that point, if you're like serving the Palatine or whatever, and they're like, yeah, if you kill him and give me his head on a pike, I'll let you. Like, there probably wasn't even a moment of hesitation. They're like, yep, yep, goodbye, Palatine, because this is I ain't gonna let him flay me alive.
God, that's such a cool armor set.
That's the Kurz thing.
That's the Kurz thing, right? That's the terror tactics. But yeah, it's
no, Jaghatai would definitely go on a slaughter, but he would not do it. They don't like revel in it. Well, we can talk more about that in a moment. But
like
basically,
he does it because he has to.
Yeah, right? He does it because it's the warrior's path. He's very like honorable. He feels like the use of battle is not to satiate like a savage desire for battle. Like he likes to fight, but he likes the honor it gives him. He likes the feeling.
Yeah, so far he's pretty likable. So far. There's nothing to really dislike about him.
He's not the guy with Lehman or Russ where he's just fucking stoked to be swinging a sword. He's like it's the joy of winning, the joy of honorable battle, and not like Tau honorable where it's really, you know, weeby and stuff.
Because up until this point, I was gonna say he kind of sounds like he sounds almost Tau-ish, because like weren't they the same deal where it's like, oh yeah, you should join us or we'll kill you.
Well, they had a different concept. They were more on the lines of join us because it's for the greater good as a homogenous group. For
Khan's
the White
like,
Scars,
give me join us or I kill you
like,
because I want power.
You know, it was like a lot of the Mongolian stuff where it's join us because we're going to conquer you anyway, or you'll die. You know, be part of our group because that's what we are. We're nomads. We're conquerors. Gotcha. Okay. So anyway, then came Big E, of course, after he took over the planet.
Best dad.
Sure.
He was actually found by a fleet of Luna Wolves, accompanied by both Horus and Big E. And Big E was looking at him and said, damn, you conquered the whole planet in a very impressive way. I like that. And the Emperor basically offered him the same choice as his foes, you know, surrender or death in a sense. Mm-hmm. Most people assume that Jaghatai basically saw the Emperor and knelt immediately and said, hey, father, yes, you're here. I will serve you. But in reality, if you actually, apparently in his journals, he wrote that it was quite a concept for him. Once he does not like the idea of kneeling to anyone. Mm-hmm. That's not him.
Because he spent his whole life conquering and never kneeling, never surrendering, and just like.
I will say this also. I understand the God Emperor of Mankind logic with him, right? I don't really like Big E. I don't really like him as a character from what I understand so far. He kind of sucks. He kind of sucks. Not just as a dad, but as a character in the limited understanding I have, he just kind of sucks. Like, I have not really heard anything yet to really make me not dislike him.
Killing his foes and never having to bend the knee. So yeah, I guess it would be a little strange for him. But it is Big E, and I mean, he's a presence.
He is a presence. in his journals, he wrote specifically that while he hates the concept of being under someone and having his legion under someone, or his men, I guess in general, he at the same time realized that he was in the exact same situation he offered to everyone else. If I don't surrender, I will die. But he was also really pleased with the idea of the Imperial truth. He followed the idea of the Imperial truth to a T. Like, mankind is destined to rule the galaxy. And if he would refuse Big E, that would mean death. And to accept it, even under a different banner, would mean a life of conquest. And that's something that he can very much get down with.
Yeah.
That's true. He probably would love...
He literally copiumed himself into submission. He literally copiumed himself. Oh my god. He copiumed himself. He's like, well, if I get down on my knees, give a little bit of sucky wucky, I can go conquering.
Love what he would do under the Emperor, so yeah, makes sense.
It was interesting too, because once he was brought on board, some people weren't entirely pleased with the concept of giving him his legion so quickly, because he was living in like Renaissance time.
That's true.
He was shitting in pots and you know, like,
and then spacefaring Emperor shows up and teleports down, and
yeah, like here's your dudes clad in unbreakable armor with our warships. Like that's something. And some people were very much like, hey, no, we shouldn't give Jaghatai control of a whole legion this fast.
Cursed audio? Is something wrong with the audio? Oh, if I just do a little bit of genital gestation, then it'll be so cool. Oh my god. Did you not like that I said get on his knees and give a little bit of sucky wucky? Did that scar your ears? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know what people said that?
What?
Gilliman and Rogel Dorn. Who would have fucking guessed?
Of course. Who would have guessed?
Who would have guessed that they were the ones who were like, maybe we should train him more. But no, that he got his legion regardless. He was given it, and at the time, a lot of the White Scars were actually, the 5th Legion at the time, were out and about across the galaxy. Mm-hmm. They were all fighting different fights, just in different areas, doing whatever. And so his main goal was to actually round them all up.
Wait, question for you guys. Serious question. Oh, actually, this works out too. The worst thing GW did for their lore was trying to make Big E a character because of how could an actual human write what the Emperor is supposed to be. You know, that's fair. That's fair. But no, I was going to say, so if the 5th the legions exist before their Primarch is added to them, correct? So when the Primarch is added, they then get their gene seeds. So did all of these Space Marines, because they were Space Marines already, weren't they? Did the 5th Legion just get the gene seed shoved in them, like all en masse after they get their Primarch? Because the gene seed comes from the specific Primarch, right? So if that's the case, did they just go and collect all of the 5th Legion and be like, gonna give you some gene seeds, gonna just quirky shove my seed inside of you, gonna put one in your neck, one in your chest, not gonna stop anytime soon? So, like, is that how that works? Is that how that works? Yes and no. Okay. They stocked gene seeds before. Oh, okay.
He had to go basically get out there and grab all of the White Scars, or I think they were called something prior to that, but it didn't last long. And grabbing each of them and getting them all together and working them together into one homogeneous group, very similarly to the way he did on Chagoris.
Right.
Which was actually kind of a neat idea. They were called Star Hunters. That's right.
Oh, that might be that's
a more dope name. I think that
Star Hunters.
That's actually a more dope name. I agree.
Should have stayed Star Hunters. Like, White Scar is cool.
White Scar is cooler. No, dude. White Scar is so much cooler.
The
I'm sorry.
White Scars, the reason that name came, though, was actually pretty neato. The idea was that when he went to go gather up all of the, White Scars, his legion.
The Star Hunters.
The Star Hunters. Once he was actually going out and gathering these, like, pioneer companies to attend him and bring them all together, what happened is he basically assembled all of them above Chagoris, you know, his main planet, and he took all of them who were kind of not big bros with each other. They were very suspicious of one another because they were all from different like companies, and now the Primarch's here, and obviously they'll serve him, but between each other they're all like, it's almost like they're different tribes.
Yeah.
And so what he did was in the big open fields, he took 50,000 warriors and did two things. He had them all take up their blades and cut a mark in the flesh of their face, gouging like a certain depth and a special.
Oh, you guys want to be like that? I see you guys casting itchy nose and tongue awareness. I cast manual breathing and manual blinking.
Pattern to the wound as like a ritual in way to what's the term, like pledge their loyalty, mark their loyalty, and in their own different ways. So they would all have their own like tribes and bloodlines, but literally, but this specific this white scar would end up being the connective tissue that made them all together. The second part of the ritual was that the scarring of the blood was supposed to be like, they would choose after the blood of the scarring was still bright, they would choose.
How did you escalate this to casting endometriosis? What the hell? What on earth are you guys casting? Mend butt crack? What? Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy crap! All right, back to the video.
Completely new names, completely discarding the prior life in order to have them push back their prior like tribes and such, and therefore come into a homogenous group within the White Scars.
Oh, that is actually pretty cool. So it's almost like a rebirthing of like their community.
Basically, it's a rebirthing and a way where they still have kind of their culture with them, but now they're one big group with it.
Oh, that's dope. That's a cool way to get your name, White Scar, because you've scarred your bloodlines and you're packed with your legion right onto your face where everybody. That's actually, I'm okay with that over Star Hunters now.
The concept is cool. Star Hunters is just really fucking neat, but
Star Hunters is
all the
boring.
Star Wars memes we've been making too. So
that's true. If we're gonna do Anacon memes, then this has got to continue.
Yeah.
As for Anacon? The actual stuff that
did Bree just say Anacon memes? I hate that. I hate that he combined that. I hate that so much. I hate that so much.
Conned him. He actually did a lot of pretty neat stuff. He helped create the Order Libraris, which basically was a special way to house psychers in legions. Originally it was mainly assumed that Magnus and Sanguinius did this thing, but Jaghatai.
One thing Ricky didn't mention is that the White Scars are encouraged to pursue the arts, music, and calligraphy. I love that.
I was part of it. It was just basically like Magnus was like, hey, being a psyker is great. They should have unlimited potential and do whatever they want. And Sanguinius and Jaghatai were like, no, let's not do that. That's really dangerous.
Yeah.
So they took them all together into like, that's why they're called librarians. Because they had them house like a little group in each legion, the Librarius, to have them kind of train each other and test each other and making sure that they weren't just out and about.
Yeah.
Because that would be bad.
Very bad. Psychers are creepy. Psychers are fucking weirdo.
Psychers are very weird. And having Space Marine psychers.
Ever since Gaunt's Ghost, I'm just like, ooh, psychers. It makes my skin crawl.
Nasty ass boys.
Yeah, nasty ass fucking exorcist shit going on. I don't like it.
Exorcist shit. This actually caused a little bit of a disconnect with a few other Primarchs. The Khan didn't talk to many people, and some people didn't like him. Gilliman and Doran in particular, as well as Mortarion really didn't like him. Because he helped with the Psychers, and Mortarion really doesn't like Psychers.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Also,
I can't wait to learn about Mortarion.
Rogaldorn and Gilliman didn't like his wanton enjoyment of going fast as fuck, boy.
Okay, this one is it's not really relevant, but it's just it's a word thing, right? Do you ever like, there's some words that just for some reason your ears perk up whenever someone uses the word wanton as a term for excess. It is always just, I don't know. It weirds me out. It's an accurate word usage for it. In fact, it's very powerful for what it is. But man, when I hear someone say like the wanton enjoyment of something, it just goes, ugh.
Why didn't they like that?
Because Gilliman and Dorn want a classic drop pod strike followed by infantry with some tanks in the background and a slow pushing force that takes over the planet, and Jaghatai and his boys are pulling 190 on.
Yeah, I know it's wonton with an A, not an O, but it still said wonton. You don't say wantan. You guys hear that? Okay, this is a case of the New York accent, right? I do all sounds far more for the A. So when I say wonton, I'm not saying like. I'm just saying wonton as in like, I know it's not the food. Wonton is a word for excess. Right? Like, I understand that, again, pronunciation. I understand the word. I get it. I understand. I understand. You do not want wontons. Oh, my God. Do you have a wonton need or a wonton? No, it's a wonton. A wonton. Oh, my God. I can't. Whatever.
Jet bikes, swinging swords, and they're literally.
Oh, my God. Then this is a bad time to tell you about my wonton enjoyment of wontons. I stopped myself from making that joke, Warboss. I stopped myself. Thank you.
Known as the Laughing Killers, because they go into battle with smiles on their faces and they're laughing their asses off when they kill people. They're riding at like subsonic or almost supersonic on their fucking jet bikes, swinging their swords like mad, and they're just giggling to themselves the whole time. And not because they find it incredibly like satisfying like Kurz, I guess, but like Russ or anything. They just love the honor of battle, and so they got a smile on their lips and a giggle under their helmet as they're just slapping people,
giggling.
I would have loved to have been there when the first White Scar got their motorcycle, like the first time they got to ride one, because like they went from what,
horses
back to like now Mach speed bikes. Like that first White Scar must have lost him.
But wait. But the White Scars were the Legion was already in the galaxy, not from his planet. Did the people who served him from the planet also become White Scars? Like, did he bring his horde from the planet that he ruled? Did they also become White Scars, or are the White Scars just the pre-existing Marines? Because I think DK is off base here, right? Because like the bikes probably already existed with the White Scars, just not to the same obsession. Yes, they did join. Okay, so yeah, then they probably were excited. Oh yeah, DK is an idiot. There would be new recruits. Yes, they got new recruits. They adopted the culture. Okay.
His fucking mind and just been blown off that bike.
He would have had such a good time. He would have been so stoked.
Probably. Like, he probably, flew off the bike and broke his neck, but he was having a blast for those 3 seconds. He wasn't flying through the air at thousands of miles an hour.
I mean, yeah, there's also jet bikes. Let's not forget about that. That was pretty common in the Horus Heresy. They had... What happens if you have a bike and instead your bike can fly?
Oh my god, I didn't realize they had jet bikes. I thought they were... Well, I guess it's 40k. Of course they have jet bikes. That should have made sense. But those are really dope, too.
Yeah, those are old 30k jet bikes. The Custodians actually still run with jet bikes. But they also have, like, land speeders.
Those are so
which
cool.
are also a big White Scar thing, of course.
Of course.
It's a flying car with a Gatling gun.
Oh, no,
What's
the
not cool
looks like a pod,
this?
too.
Mm-hmm.
No!
Could be a Return of the Jedi literal land speeder. Yeah,
shit. Yeah. But yes, they like that stuff quite a bit.
We're going hard in on Star Wars, man.
Dude.
It's seeming more and more like the White Scar is just a very subtle Star Wars meme.
Which is weird, though, because Mongolian stuff is not very... like I mean, I guess Star Wars does have the Eastern influence. Like they have the Jedi are like monks mixed with like knights in a way, but
I always thought the Jedi were more samurai based.
Well, I mean, their robes
with like
are very
actually. Yeah, are the Jedi based off samurai? I've never really thought about what the Jedi actually were based off of. I guess Bushido Code makes some sense, but like I don't know. Maybe they're a medley.
They're very
Code.
monkish.
That's true. Like a monk crossed with a samurai.
It's a combination of like the East monks, the sword samurai combined with like the West, which is knights and because they're Jedi knights and that kind of stuff.
Oh, well, fair, yeah.
It's like a nice combination. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And before they talked about Star Wars for 40 minutes, unsub
yes,
comments.
they like to go really fast. In a sense, they think, why would I care what my enemy's tactics are when I can blow through their gates, moving at such
I'm going to take this moment. If you look at this picture and you hate it, make sure you subscribe. You know, and like the video, of course, because, you know, I'm here. I'm great, you know, and I appreciate you.
insane speeds, and now they're fighting me on multiple fronts and they can barely fight me because I am an Astartes. I have way better reaction time. I am way stronger, and now I am way faster.
And I pause again. Any Marine before the Primarch being found are called Terraborn Marines. Once the Primarchs are found, they recruit from the planet they were found on. Okay.
Than you. And often they'll just go in there and have like total blitzkrieg and cause so many problems that the rest of their forces will either clean up or some other force like the Imperial Fists will do the rest of the dirty work.
You know what would suck about fighting the White Scar? It's like, oh my god, they've got these bikes, it's unfair, they go so fast, oh, this is so stupid. If you manage to, like, blow out the tire on one of their bikes or blow out the engine, it's like, hooray, I got them off their bike. It's like, congratulations, now you've got an Astardian full power armor to deal with. And
each legion started as Terraborn armies created with stored gene seed. After the Primarchs were found, their homeworlds became the new recruitment centers. Sometimes this caused culture issues. Gotcha. Thank you guys. Thank both of you guys. I appreciate you guys a ton.
it's like, fuck!
And he is sprinting at you.
Yeah, and it's like, ah, damn it, I got rid of the bike at least. It's like, congrats, you're still dead.
Often they employ a lot of people with jetpacks too.
Man, the
which is
armor's so
also,
cool
like,
looking.
Well,
you know, good times. In the tabletop, they're also really fast, and that makes
well,
them.
they should be.
Yeah, that makes them quite frightening sometimes.
Are they popular in the tabletop? Like, do a lot of people use them?
They're pretty good right now because they have they have a special ability. So their ability is they can do a thing called advance and charge. Basically, when you move, like if a bike moves 12 inches, you can then advance a unit, which is you roll a dice and then add that many inches to its movement. So if you roll a 6, then it's an 18-inch bike.
Do people who play this play with rulers? What? First of all, why are you guys using inches? It's a European game. It's a British game. What? Huh? Or is he just saying that because of the American audience? But like, what?
But normally, if you do that, you're foregoing shooting or charging. But they can charge after it anyway. So they're just like,
They're literally just Tokyo drifting.
How else would they? I don't know. I kind of just assumed that you guys would make maps with tiles. I just kind of assumed that you guys use tiles, right? Like I kind of just figured at some point there would be like, you guys spend so much time building your miniatures. I kind of just assumed that when you made the terrains, you would maybe use rulers to make the terrains, and then you would just have the tiles that you would kind of move placement. I don't know. Like I said, I've never played the game. I've literally just kind of assumed that it was. I don't know. It's one of those things that probably is obvious, but it just never resonated to me because of the fact that I haven't played. So anytime I think of board games, I think of tiles and spaces. I never think of a unit of measurement, like actually playing with a ruler. To me, that's just very different, right? Because like I would assume there's so much thought in this game. There's so much thought in this game that like people who make their boards, because you guys play on boards usually, or at the very least, I figured you guys would have like little maps that you could put out on the table with like a set tile that would be X amount of inches, right? And then you just move your people across that terrain. Terrain has no tiles or space. See, I didn't realize. Grid-based movement isn't organic enough. See, that's fair. I just never would have thought about that. I never would have thought about that. It's really interesting. It's really interesting. I feel like having a ruler though is more of a cumbersome addition. Like you guys say how the grid thing would be like inorganic, right? Or it wouldn't be fluid or proper. But like I feel like taking out a ruler is also like kind of like cumbersome, no? I'm not saying to change it before people come in and start saying that I'm trying to change the hobby. I'm literally asking questions. Terrain's like an entire table. Totally valid. If you're used to board games, going to tabletop war games being freeform to be a bit. Yeah, I would say a little bit. Little bit. All right. Anyway.
Going real fast. And then they get extra damage on their melee in like a certain part of the game. So they're flying at you. It's super fast and doing extra damage. It's pretty crazy. The problem is that they're all in white, and painting white is the worst thing in the world.
That is true. From what cool little looking. I've painted, like you would think painting white stuff is just super easy. It's not.
I'm not gaslighting you again.
Hard. It's so chalky and awful.
Because you don't just paint white. Like you've got to like do all like the little shading of it, and then it seems like it's too white, and then it's like you try and do a little gray, and it's like the gray's too. It's a fucking nightmare. It is. I hate it. I hate painting cloth. Just white cloth is the fucking worst.
I agree with that one. White cloth is the worst. Anyway,
see, that painting job is pretty shoddy.
Khan's doing Khan things. He's doing his...
Our objectives are the 3-inch around and our objectives are the 3-inch around and a 30mm marker. And yet everything is free move and measurement. Huh. Gotcha. Also, Tetra Lesbian Taurus confirmed coming in trying to make us all use a grid. I'm so sorry. I've wronged you all. I've wronged the Warhammer community. I will never get over this.
Great crusade. He's really enjoying it. But a lot of people tended to not really pay the White Scars any mind. They were very much just like they weren't a huge legion size-wise. But often because of their tactics, they were either kind of disliked. But also, the Khan had no interest in doing honorable, glorious battle. Gilliman, Dorn, the Lion, all these, like Russ, they really enjoyed, they loved to gloat. Well, maybe, Gilliman a little less, maybe. He just likes to do bookkeeping. But they love to be known for their actions. They love to have their praises sung. And the Khan didn't care. And the White Scars, in a sense, didn't care about that. They cared about the actual battle. Though, at the same time, because of that, everyone just kind of forgot about them. They just kind of forgot that the White Scars were around very often because of that. And it actually pissed a lot of them off.
Pissed a lot of the White Scar off, right? Because they're being forgotten, even though they're, like, fighting as harder, maybe, and they're actually winning battles, and they're doing just as well. And it's like, oh, you're gonna fucking forget me? Fuck you.
Yeah, but at the same time, they never, like, they got really annoyed, but they never changed their way of war. They literally did the exact same thing, and they never tried to be more gloaty. They never once changed the way they fought in order to be known better. They hated that no one cared about them and no one gave them any mind. Yeah. But at the same time, they didn't change their morals, which is actually pretty admirable.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Which is humorous because the White Scars, I may have said this before, but now that I've read this, I might say it again. There's a lot of factors that go into the Horus Heresy. I think the White Scars may have been the biggest change in the entire heresy.
Why?
I do vaguely remember them having a big role to play in the heresy. I don't remember if it was they were one of the few loyalists that were guarding Terra.
That is correct.
And they were holding off hordes of chaos, and they were doing it pretty fucking well.
The thing is that it was unsure which side they would go on.
Really?
You know, as you were talking about them getting no respect and them getting forgotten, I was like, man, that seems like if somebody offered them a better job, chaos, they might just take it, since nobody was respecting them and they were all just kind of forgetting they were there, and Rogel, Dorn, and Gilliman are being kind of bitches about the way they fight. It's possible. I could see loyalists, legions being like,
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of the Iron Warriors, but it was also the fact that Daddy gave the fun job to Dorn, and Perturabo did not like that.
Right.
which is one of the reasons
Petulant
why I
man
call him a
child.
petulant man-child.
Yep.
Okay, I'm sure I'll be able to piece this all together when we do Iron Warriors.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Oh, this one's even earlier than the Petrabo episode?
It's kind of funny, because as I was reading this, I thought to myself, how funny is it that everyone forgets about the White Scars, and then in lore, everyone forgets about the White Scars? But not only that, because they were one of the biggest factors in the Horus Heresy, they are literally, now that the barbarians are at the door, you have the audacity to come to me for help while I was studying the blade.
Yeah.
They're literally that meme.
Oh my
They're like,
God.
what? You paid me no mind this whole time, but now that Horus is there, now you want my help, huh? They're actually,
I mean, it's
studied
very
the
valid.
blade meme. I can't
They
fucking
are.
believe they actually are that.
They are. They're Star Wars, and I studied the blade. Well done, White Scars. Just a plethora of memes.
They're full of memes, and everyone forgets about them, which is sad.
Poor guys. They're so cool, though. God.
They are really cool. I don't know how hard they went in the Mongolian stuff back in the day. I don't know if they kind of like cultured them up in the last 10 years or so, but
Well,
it's pretty cool.
They've got
I like them, honestly.
bikes and motorcycles. I mean, that's
I will say so far, like we're 40 minutes into this, right? So far they're not wowing me in the same way that Conrad Kurz did, or even in the way that Gilliman did. But like I would say my opinion of them right now is like neutral positive. Like I don't dislike them. I like their aesthetic. I like the idea of them. There's just nothing that really has wowed me yet. I understand he hasn't touched upon like what he's done during the heresy, which is apparently the big thing. But like it's just kind of positive, neutral. Like I'd say he's right in the middle of the pack right now. Right in the middle of the pack, in my opinion, of the Primarch so far.
it's not really a Mongolian thing. They did kind of doll them up a little bit.
Well, the Mongolians were very quick. You know, they came on their horses and they had lots of cavalry. And I'm assuming that's where they went that way. But anywho, all this stuff going on, yada yada. There's lots of battles that I'm skipping over because this is the con episode.
Yeah, sure.
But when we got to the heresy itself, this is when things actually started to take a really interesting turn. So after a bit, the White Scars were like a 5-year war with the orcs.
Oh.
Whoa.
Like a long ass war.
Hi, shortcake.
Was this like an actual
coming to say
WoW?
hi?
Because it's a war.
baby
Was it
girl.
an actual WoW campaign that the orcs
Shortcake,
were
you want to say hi,
launching?
chat?
Or was it just a separate little
doesn't want to say
offensive
hi,
against maybe just a planet that was getting overrun with orcs?
God, she's so cute.
My mind tells me that it was a war, but it was a 5-year war. It was a long ass war. It was going on for quite a while. They were dealing with a bunch of orc problems. It was a pretty seriously long campaign. I'm assuming if it took 5 years, it was probably a war.
Yeah.
But regardless, they were fighting off these orcs for a long ass time. And then what happened after this point was that during this situation, he actually was getting an order from Horus. And Horus said, hey, Russ has turned traitor. And driven by his hatred for Magnus the...
Okay, so this whole thing, right, of Horus pulling this shit, because I've heard this now in like 3 different episodes where Horus is claiming that Russ turned traitor. This was all an act of Horus going traitor, right? Like this was one of his little bits of subterfuge. That's kind of like the impression that's always given me. I've not heard like the specific answer yet as far as the lore I've understood, but it gives me the impression that that's one of the things that he did to trigger a ton of problems, right? Because this is what causes the problem for Magnus the Red too, right? He's trying to gaslight Khan. Yeah, okay, this was all BS. That's the impression I've gotten.
Red has utterly decimated the Thousand Sons.
Oh.
Which, as you might remember, Khan was kind of chill with Magnus.
Yeah.
And and they said that Magnus had actually died by Russ's hands. And that was...
Didn't, but yeah, sure.
No, it didn't. But that was kind of weird. And if you remember the ruin storm that Erebus created way back when, this was starting to make lots of astropath communication really confusing to the White
Set up a little
Scars.
spot for her.
At first, it was that thing from Horus, but then he got another report from Rogel Dorn that said, return to Terra as soon as possible to defend the homeworld against traitors along with me and Russ. Me and Russ are defending Terra.
Wow.
Get here now. And so that was confusing.
Yeah.
And then
that's wild. Okay.
The White Scars were ordered to reinforce the Alpha Legion that were currently being attacked by the Iron Hands because Ferrus Manus had killed
everything's going bad.
Fulgrim.
Wait, hold on. This is a lot to digest. Wait.
That were currently being attacked by the Iron Hands because Ferrus Manus had killed Fulgrim.
What?
Ooh.
And then the Mars and the Mechanicum were in full revolt against the Emperor.
Huh?
Oh, man, that's a lot.
And this is all coming in at the same time. And and Jaghatai did the one thing no other fucking Primarch would ever do. And he waited.
Well, I mean...
I like him so much more for that one fucking decision. Oh my god.
No, think about this clearly. The Bike Boys, the Speed Demons, waited and thought it out. What an absolute big dick man this guy is to be like, I should think about this.
Yeah, it's so uncharacteristic too, because like you said, they're all about like moving fast, get to the battle, battle, pride in the battle, pride in the fight.
But I mean,
I guess when you have so
oh
much
my god, that's so well
information
played,
and none of it makes sense. I guess really the smartest thing you can do is just wait that shit out, right? Because you don't want to like, oh yeah, let's. I literally got something from the War Master that said Russ is a fucking traitor. I'm getting something from Dorne saying that they're actually not traitor and they're trying to defend. And it's like, fuck all of it. We're just gonna sit here, wait it out. It's a surprisingly smart thing to do for someone that seems very gung ho to get to a fight.
Shad, did you make that image right now?
Okay, first of all, love that image. Insanely cool art. Second of all, it is amazing how such a small detail like that makes me immediately like him exponentially more. Like exponentially more. Legitimately, that is, it is so different from what I've experienced in Warhammer that like I like him so much more for that little bit of patience.
Oh, no. Or did you find, god damn it, Shy. I can't believe you went out of your way to make that goddamn meme. When you were having premarital sex, I mastered the jet bike. You know, I got to be honest. It's a good thing the White Scars don't have premarital sex because they come a little fast. What did you say?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Worst rim shot.
Oh, stop! Yeah, okay. You get the drum on that.
I'll take the drum.
Give him the drum set. Yeah.
She made that meme during the episode. As far as I'm concerned, I get to do that.
We're over here being as professional as can be, and Shy's over here making memes. Unbelievable.
Anyway, then he received a communication from Russ and said,
the Khan's most OP power ain't speed, it's common sense. Thank you, Nugent. Oh my god. All right, let me back up a second, too, because I just want to hear what he has to say.
He received a communication from Russ and said, Alfarius Omegon is beating my sphincter in.
Okay.
Because
let's go,
after the
Alpha
fight
Legion!
on Prospero, the Alpha Legion came to fuck up the Space Wolves because they were really wounded and like, help me, Jaghatai. And Jaghatai said, I am not picking sides right now. I don't know what's going on. Best of luck, Russ.
Best of luck, buddy.
I'm going to figure out what's happening.
Best of luck, buckaroo.
Dude. And then he bailed. And so what happened is actually he went to depart from the system he was at with all the orcs. And then they encountered that gigantic Alpha Legion flotilla that you remembered from the Alpha Legion episode.
Oh, right.
And the Alpha Legion was not responding to any hails. And quietly, they were accumulating more warships.
Oh.
And they were on the far side of the planet or whatever, the area, the system. And whenever the White Scars would move their ships, the Alpha Legion would mirror them. Whatever they would do, the Alpha Legion would do the same.
Oh.
Damn. They gave it away.
They would do exactly the identical, an identical like motion.
Yeah.
But Khan was confused because they knew the Alpha Legion were full trickery assholes. But at the same time, they realized the Alpha Legion was not threatening them, but they weren't there as a friend either. And it was this really bizarre, quiet game of back and forth. Until eventually, Dorn finally got a major message through to the Khan, explaining what was going on. But at the same time,
I have a hard time believing Dorn is going to be able to make a cohesive statement that's not going to just sound like I don't know. I don't know. I find it hard for, I don't know anything about Dorn. I really don't know anything about Dorn other than the fact that he likes trains. Okay, that's all I know about Dorn, is that he likes trains and Legos. So I find it hard to perceive him being able to sway the Khan in this moment. But let's find out.
The Alpha Legion had a feeling, or the Khan had a feeling that the Alpha Legion wanted Dorn's communication to arrive. They wanted them to go back to Terra, because that was their overall goal, was to get the White Scars out.
Sure.
So this was a big game of cat and mouse for a while, which actually sounds really intense. I bet it was pretty great in the books, and I wish I had read that.
Yeah.
But long story short, eventually the White Scars deemed it to leave. And they did that by like blowing their engines at full speed and outrunning the Alpha Legion. They just dipped. And he's like, bye-bye.
If anybody's gonna outrun you, it's gonna be the White Scar.
Yeah, the Alpha Legion didn't really fire on them much, and they got out rather unscathed, which is another question of, was the Alpha Legion actually
traitor, or were they actually loyalists?
Yeah, we don't know what was going on there.
They kind of just let him through, and them letting them through is kind of a big deal. And,
it is.
Brother, Perturabo is trying to kick over my train set. Please send help. Thank you.
So eventually they went to go try to seek answers to see what was going on. So they actually went over to Prospero to find Magnus and see what the hell was going on, because he only ever trusted Magnus.
Yikes.
Boy.
Yeah, when they reached there, they're like, oh my god.
Where's Prospero? It's gone.
It's fucking dead. It's burned to the ground. All the pyramids are gone.
Yeah, where's Magnus?
They actually ended up speaking to like an apparition of Magnus.
Oh, really?
A bit.
Okay.
There's a lot here on his search for the truth that, like, there's a lot here. I would probably read the book in this situation, because holy shit. Though, if there's one thing that I do really want to talk about, because I think it's probably the most important part of the Calm era, I want to talk about him and Mortarion.
Okay.
Because we're at 50 minutes or so in this episode already, and I don't want to take it too long, and we also have a White Scars episode after this anyway.
Sure.
But he had a dialogue with Mortarion that might be probably my favorite exchange in the Horus Heresy stuff.
Okay.
It's pretty neat.
All right. All right.
No, I know the illiterate Dorn is a meme. I just think that he has like, I'm not using the word for the video. Just put the pieces together when I say that he likes trains and he likes Legos. Him and Perturabo are two sides of the same coin, is more what I was trying to imply.
So eventually, in Prospero, Mortarion arrived, and he was saying what's up to the Khan. Obviously, Mortarion right now is very much traitor. And he teleported into the I think they're either standing on Prospero or they're on the ships. I don't really remember. I think they may have been on Prospero, but wherever they were, either that or on a flagship, whatever spot they were in. He teleported on there along with his elite bodyguard, which are known as the Death Shroud. Which,
boy, that's cool.
I gotta show you this, because like the Death Shroud Terminators are fucking dope.
Whoa!
Do we get to see? Is that what they are? I don't like how they look.
They are really dope. And not only are they really dope, but their minis are really dope.
Those are way cooler than regular Terminators.
They have giant They have giant scythes known as man reapers and like
Not my cup of
purple
tea.
capes.
Not my cup of tea.
They're really cool, man.
Not my cup of tea.
See, this is why I love Chaos so much more than like Loyalists. Like the Loyalist Terminators look fine, but they're like these big blocky things. And then you look at the Chaos shit, and it's like, holy, it's so much better. It's so much more interesting. Oh, God. Also, I'm surprised that Jaghatai Khan couldn't smell these motherfuckers coming a mile away.
Oh, they teleported in.
Oh, right. I'm surprised he couldn't smell them from orbit, though. I mean, like...
There you go. That's better.
There you go.
Well,
okay.
don't forget Mortarion was there. He probably smelled him
True.
next to the solar system away.
Yeah.
But anyway, he teleported in, and they ended up having a wonderful conversation. And this is a really interesting part because Mortarion was there to convince him. To convince him to turn traitor. And he, at this time, he specifically stated, quote, "I have plenty to tell you, Jaghatai. There are opportunities here. The cost of error has never been higher and the rewards beyond imagination." And they were doing a little bit of a back and forth. And so the Khan was kind of being blunt. He's like, "Say what you've come to say, Mortarion." Mortarion kind of did like a mocking bow to him. And it's like, I have come here to, what was it? Like, he said you were not meant to be here. You were meant to join the Alpha Legion on Alaxis. And Khan said, or, return to Terra. And Mortarion said, well, we didn't wish that. Why would we? And the Alpha Legion held us at Chondex. They wanted us to hear from Dorn. He's like, oh, really? You surprised me. Or perhaps you shouldn't. It seems that Alfarius is never wholly of one mind. He plays a dangerous game. Like, ha ha
Clever.
Ha 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 ha, indeed.
It's like, so why you? And why not me, brother? It's like, I assumed it would be Horus. It's like, vanity. He has many things to keep him busy.
Okay.
And so it's like, Horus didn't send you, did he? And it's like, that means nothing. It's like, it means everything. Magnus told me how the war stands. Some souls are still to be decided on. There were always those of us on edge. I was one of them, and you were another.
Oh.
So it was two people who are kind of wishy-washy talking to each other. And so Mortarion states, it said, all of this led by Horus, and he just kind of shrugged. So he's the start, he's the champion, the sacrificial king. He may burn himself out to get to Terra, he may not. Either way, there will be room for others to rise. You should never have thrown your lot in with the Angel Brother, let alone Magnus. I hated to see it, the three of you, getting dragged in deeper. I always thought you'd break away, see through it, get tired of the hypocrisy.
This is so interesting.
They were never hypocrites. He's like, no, I hoped you would understand them sooner. It's the warp, Jaghatai. Our father tried to pretend it wasn't there, as if he weren't already up to his elbows in the soul-sucking filth. It should have been cordoned off, put away, forgotten about. It's not for us. It's a sickness and a blight. And so naturally, Mortarion's like, I don't like the warp, sir.
Sure you don't. Sure.
So Mortarion, with their little, go back and forth. I don't want to read the whole thing because it's quite long.
Yeah.
But Khan says, but it's gone wrong, hasn't it? You have completed your great mission, but there are more sorcerers than ever. Horus has sponsored them. Lorgar has shown them new tricks. If Magnus has not already made up his mind, then he soon will, and you will be surrounded. You've destroyed the Librarius only to find the witches are now untrammeled. They played you well. You have done their work for them, and soon you will be dragged into it yourself, as warp sick as they are. Now, I see it perfectly. Magnus has showed me your legion may be free of it for now, but the change will come. You've made your pacts, and now they will come to collect.
Oh, that's
you
brilliant.
Fool. And that is why you came to me. You've run out of friends. Who will stand with you against the Ether Weavers now? Angron, what an ally. Kurz, good luck. You've tasted the fruits of treachery and found them bitter. Don't drag me into your ruin. You're on your own, brother.
Oh my god.
He fucking just incinerates him with words.
Damn. That's
Oh
like
my
a bolter
god.
shell with
You compare this to the petulant man-child who smacks Fulgrim's face on the table like a little bitch. This is so much more impactful to me. That is so much better. My god, that is so great.
heart. Damn. It fucked him up.
And this is one of my more favorite things that he says is, I came to give you a choice, Mortarion said, keeping his voice under some control. Half your legion have already declared for Horus. The others will follow whenever you order them. Our father's time is over. You can be a part of the order that replaces him. And the Khan smiled and said, quote, a new emperor. Because that was the idea, Jaghatai, is like, Dad has problems. Fuck yeah, he does.
But it could be me.
I get tired of lost shit. No one gave me any mind. But Horus will just be another Big E.
Yeah.
If he even makes it. You know, you've come to me for help because you're surrounded by witches and you tasted treachery and you don't like it. The only boys that are with you that don't like sorcerers are Angron and Kurz. What allies?
Great allies. Yeah,
It's so good.
Slick.
It's so good.
That's gonna be helpful assets. Yeah. Oh boy.
The last words they said to each other before they started beating the shit out of one another was, Mortarion says, then you will not be persuaded. A shame. I invested much energy to save you, brother, and I shall take no pleasure in your destruction. And Khan says, that's the difference between us. By the time I kill my enemies, I am always smiling.
Oh.
And then they beat the shit out of each other, and then Mortarion's like, gotta go, bye, and then teleports away.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, at least you tried, right? At least, hey, you tried. Good work. There's a part of me that was, I know they don't go chaos, but I would love to see what a chaos White Scar looked like. And
I don't know if like a small part of them did. I thought a small portion of them did, but I don't quite remember.
I would love to see like how cool they would look if they had like the influence of chaos on them and their bikes, and well, like, would they get turned into like fucking Transformers, you know, and be able to turn into
they're like demonly merged with their bikes.
Exactly, like they're actually like the bike and they can like transform into it and then transform out of it into like an
Ratio plus L Primarch plus low tier emo boy plus GG Con. Thank you, Shamrock.
Stardies, like crazy looking motherfucker. Oh, that'd be cool. Also, I didn't realize on the Death Guard Terminators, they have little tentacles that come out and wrap around the scythe too, and it's very creepy.
The Death Shroud Terminators.
Yeah, they look disgusting. They have the tentacles come out and help them wield the scythe. That's very gross. I don't. Oh boy.
Not a fan.
Not a fan because it's gross, but at the same time, it's really fucking cool.
It is. It's very cool. Mm-hmm. Actually, funny enough, like when you talked about going into someone's armor, there's actually a chaos model I will show you now called an Obliterator.
We've seen the Obliterator before. The Obliterators are like the Obliterators are the Obliterator virus, right? Where like the guns just kind of spawn out from them. If that's the case, then I'm right and I remember things. Look at that. See, I'm listening. Always listening. But I remember the Obliterator virus that what was it? A Tyranid ship was infected with the Obliterator virus, which was kind of crazy. And we saw that in one of the last ones. Khan is the best, brutal in combat wars. Right now, I mean, I'll say my words about my opinion of Khan at the very end.
This guy, it's kind of like he kind of grew into his armor in a weird way, like his muscles are kind of bulging out.
Yeah, you can see his muscles coming out of his arms, his shoulder, his thigh. Damn.
Yeah, that thing is really nasty and weird, but it's also kind of has that vibe to it.
It is cool.
Where
the Obliterator virus thing is cool. I wouldn't want a mini of it, but it's very Bane.
White Scar, like a bike.
Yeah, that'd be
like maybe like lots of little tentacle feet beneath the bike that can like run really fast or something. I don't know, just some Just some creepy shit like that.
Yep, that's not.
Yeah,
the
40K Bane. Yeah,
that most people want.
I have plenty of thigh fetishes, and that's not the one I'm looking for. No sir.
Nope, that's not that Guilty Gear thigh physics. That's well, I mean, there's
speaking
thigh
of thighs.
physics.
Speaking of thighs, I'm gonna say 3.0. Bricky would like my 3.0. Unfortunately, Bricky does not show the convo between Khan and Magnus. It's, in my opinion, essential to his character and takes 9 minutes. If you want Amber King, Jaghatai Khan, 1 hour, 19 minutes, I will definitely check it out. I won't have time to do it for today, but I'm going to look more into it. But don't worry, my opinion of Khan is still pretty high. Like I said, I'll explain my stance on it after. Also, thank you very much, sweetheart. That was very kind of you. No, I'm gonna absolutely check that out because just by how good the conversation was between Khan and Mortarion, I cannot wait to hear the Magnus and Khan one, and I also can't wait to hear the Khan and Fulgrim one. Are we getting thigh physics? That's an understatement.
That's like monkey paw. Like, oh man, I wish there were more. I wish there were more thighs in 40K. And the monkey paw curls.
Oh no, it curls.
Yeah. Congratulations. Here's an obliterator. Oh no. Not the. These aren't the thighs you were looking for.
These are not the thighs. More Star Wars.
More Star Wars. You gotta keep with the theme.
But at the end, through after the conversation and all, that was. I think that Jaghatai already kind of made up his mind prior to that, but he was, and this is obviously where he's fully loyal.
Yeah.
And the Khan ended up, of course, making his way back to Terra and was instrumental in the defense of Terra along with Rogol Dorn. He was hugely important.
Yeah. Yep.
In fact, so much so that I actually believe that the Khan and Dorn were the people that helped carry the Emperor to the Golden Throne after his close demise. I think he was also teleported onto the Vengeful Spirit with Horus.
Yeah, I remember something like that.
Yeah, he's in the picture,
he was
right?
Very pivotal.
Isn't he in the picture?
He was. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he did help carry the Emperor to the Golden Throne and do a lot of that.
It was him and Dorn had the Emperor in like a shoulder each or something.
Yeah.
That being said, that was kind of the end for Jaghatai for a while because, of course, the Horus Heresy ended. But then we come to the part that's kind of dumb and I don't like. After some time later, after the Horus Heresy, there was just like yada yada things going on. He went back to Chagoris and he was like, "Oh my God, the Drukhari are taking all my people for slaves."
Oh.
And then he fought the Drukhari for like 70 years, trying to kill a shitload of Drukhari. And then at some point, he chased the Drukhari really fast in his goddamn bike into the webway, and he was never seen again.
Oh, what? That's it?
Well, I mean, he's probably alive. He's out there somewhere, but we just don't know. Most Primarchs that are loyalists just kind of disappeared. Like 9 of them just are gone. And that's one of the things where GW kind of had to do this thing where they needed a reason for them to not be around. And so his is he wanted Eldar booty and he's gone.
Fair.
He wanted
Fair
to
and
kill all
based.
the Eldar that were ravaging his homeworld. Why did the Primarchs have to be gone?
Because Primarchs are really important and it makes it sadder with heresy. And, Dorn is presumed dead. Gilliman was in stasis for now. Now he's not. The Lion is asleep. Corvus Corax is in the war.
We know the Lion's now awake.
Leman Russ is in the war. Jaghatai Khan is...
So, I mean, I understand that things are going to change, obviously, as time goes by, but, I'm going to guess that they're just going to gradually re-implement them as time has gone by, right? Because now we've gotten the new L. Johnson, and new L. Johnson's a lot cooler than old L. Johnson. New Gilliman's a lot cooler than old Gilliman, so maybe we'll get an even cooler Khan. I mean, who knows, right? I'm all for it. On Terra, the Khan rematched Mortarion, who'd become a full-on Demon Primarch. By that point, he managed to go 2-0 versus Smelly Man. He's a boss. I love that.
In the webway... Ferris Manus is dead. Vulcan is somewhere. I don't fucking know what's up with Vulcan now.
He's waiting at his respawn timer.
That's fucking great. Did you make that up?
Just now. Just made
That's
it up.
fantastic. Vulcan's waiting for respawn.
Hey, he's waiting for the respawn timer. You know, in like a MOBA or something, when you die and it's like the more times you die.
I love how excited that makes
me.
me.
He's waiting on his respawn timer.
He's got an hour-long game, and his respawn timer's gotten really long right now.
Yeah,
It's like,
really
God damn.
long. He's been around for centuries. That respawn timer's got to be through the fucking roof, dude.
That's so funny. Yeah. That's good. That's fantastic. But yeah, everyone's very everyone's very much like just kind of gone, and so is Jaghatai, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He's definitely a more prominent option to bring back if you're gonna like. I want to bring back a Primarch. Him and I'd say the Lion are probably the best.
I love
choices.
that. I love now that we know that L. Johnson's already back.
Because the
I just think
Lion's
that's kind of
literally
funny.
just asleep.
He's just taking a nap somewhere. Just
just
man, boy,
napping.
that Horus Heresy really took it out of me. I'm gonna go take a cat nap. It's been
Kinda.
1,000 years.
It's been 10,000 years.
10,000 years later. It's the one SpongeBob meme I know.
Oh yeah, just the narrator in general.
Yeah, just the X amount of years later. That's it. Sorry.
But that's mostly the con.
Okay.
He's
cool.
pretty neato, and yeah, like his whole upbringing is kind of boring, but his actual like coming around, how he dealt with the heresy, how he waged war, it is canonical to forget about him.
Aww.
Which is unfortunate, but he's pretty cool. For the kid, I said the kid, but the young upstart, the guy with not the biggest legion out there, and the guy that was always forgotten about, made some of the largest and most important changes in the Horus Heresy. Without the con, there's a good chance that Rogel Dorn and the Fists would have been outnumbered,
Overrun. Yeah.
and that would have been the end of it all. But alas.
Which, man.
How often does it take? How long does it take them to like bring back another Primarch? Right? Because I think you guys said it was like in 2017 where the Horus Heresy took place, like in like the actual like Games Workshop, right? How long did it take to bring back Gilliman and L. Johnson? Because like if they're like 5 years apart from each other or 4 years apart from each other, we're not gonna be seeing these guys too often.
Now I'm really starting to think that the Alpha Legion really are playing both sides. Because if the Alpha Legion had like stood their ground a little bit, fought the White Scar for a little bit, and just bought some time, maybe buying that time, Horus can take over Terra, and White Scars don't get back in time, and
You would hope.
Yeah. So.
And then it was just kind of like,
and they let him
go. Yeah, and here we are. So anyway, shall I take us out?
Yeah, take us home, Country Road.
Country roads. It's a brick on Bricky and everywhere. Thank you all so much for watching.
That was great. That was actually fantastic. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. Until next time.